if we need a manual for that product, we've failed somewhere miserably,
Let's talk a little about that facilitating of the connections between LLMs and agents. I feel like this is an area that is sort of now coming to light because everyone says like ChatGPT comes out and you got Gemini and Claude and you name it, it's out there. What is the powerful part is connecting to that data. Me as an enterprise user or owner of enterprise data, I got to make sure that I am really secure and really sure that whatever's accessed my data is correct and they are authorized to access that particular data. I think this is where those connections between let's say a generative LLM versus a resource or a company-specific data repository, you've got to make sure that connection is secure. And then you've also got to make sure the connection to the agents that might be interacting with either of those things is secure as well. Can you talk a little bit about how Natoma approaches that connectivity and that facilitation?
No, absolutely. Yeah. So that's where we really play, right? That's really ensuring that as these LLMs, these agents are kind of interacting those enterprise data, as you said, for enterprises, that is your IP and that is what is your secret sauce in a way, right? And as you're trying to connect these models, LLMs, these AI agents for your use cases to the data, we kind of play in that middleware. And what we provide, that Natoma Agent Access provides, is basically 3 layers of authentication and authorization control. So step 1 is basically, of course, we leverage OAuth along the way, but step 1 is like, is this agent even allowed to talk to a certain data? So let's take GitHub as an example, right? You have like agent 1, is agent 1 allowed to talk to GitHub? So you can configure that through Natoma that, hey, only agent 1 in your enterprise is allowed to talk to GitHub. But it's not only that, we don't stop there. Then we provide the next layer of it. Like, okay, agent 1 can talk to GitHub, but agent 1 can only do such and such actions. So you can control what tools are being passed back as LLMs, we call it tools. What agent, this agent's LLMs, what actions can it take in your downstream applications? And the third piece is what you were talking about. When users interact with these agents, or when users are when these agents are acting behalf of users, what can they do, right? So let's say we take, continuing on that GitHub example, let's say only agent 1 is allowed to talk to GitHub. You say, hey, you can actually do list commit with this agent, but you can't do batch commits, for example.